Hey, it's Afro Swag General. I'm Victor. This is Blake.
Hey.
No gay voice. No.
Disclaimer.
No.
Blake is the straightest man I know.
Thank you, Mike.
Say hi, Cameron.
Hello.
Hey, alright, now Mentos, whose name is disclosed, because he's shy.
Howdy.
Alrighty. Shy cowboy.
What's the first topic today?
Well, we were going to do the iPhone 5, but that's retarded, so we're going to do 3D printers, because those are awesome. Blake has a cool story about 3D printers. He's the one who told us about it. Go ahead, Blake.
Given the information what came from Cameron, some guys that had a 3D printer and were testing something had a material and made it into a bat. Very small, thin bat that you think would just break, because it looks almost like a toy. And they take a bunch of things and just hit it, and you're expecting it to break with everything. Now, they use a super hard material, and they make a ball out of it using the 3D printer as well. And all that did was slightly scratch the bat.
Okay, so it's really hard material.
No, in my opinion, the bat bent a little bit, but it was pretty sturdy for the most part.
It is a new technology. You gotta give it a chance.
Well, the video I watched, which wasn't that one actually, there was very minimal damage. They did multiple things, like, I think they actually broke a board at one point with it.
Yeah.
So it might have been different materials.
Huh.
Okay, is that the way 3D printers work? You just put in whatever material you want it to be made out of?
I don't think any of us know.
Yeah, none of us are educated enough in that area.
Well, I'm gonna take an educated guess and say that's not the way it works, because, I mean, if you could put any material in there, you'd have to have something really strong to cut, right? Because that's the way they'd make it. I don't even know if you...
Some chemicals, or not chemicals, but compounds or elements or whatever, some will solidify upon, like, touching oxygen.
Huh.
That's cool, but...
Could be wrong.
But 3D printers are a layer-by-layer process. I know that much.
You know, when I think of printing, I think of paper.
Yeah, so it's just so mind-blowing. Because no one can comprehend how it works.
Yeah, and it also works on meat. They're trying to do furniture and buildings, like houses and stuff like that.
See, I don't...
Pirate Bay is already ready to pirate 3D objects. Already.
See, I heard about that too, and I use Pirate Bay, and I don't understand how I could pirate a 3D. I don't understand how I could pirate a 3D object. How would that work?
3D printer. Come on now.
Nah.
Pirating is bad.
What's that gonna cost?
Arg.
It's gonna
cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Buy a 3D printer.
No. We'll not get a job.
Actually, one of the links you sent, it said a 3D printer was free.
Yeah, you could make your own 3D printer in a way from your iPhone 5 using an app.
Ah, apps.
So, it's free once you pay the $800 to get the iPhone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
100% free.
Wharf it.
So I've noticed that everyone that has bought the iPhone 5 gets real offensive when you mention that there's almost nothing that's changed. So I went and asked my family, because my older sister and my mom both got the new iPhone. And
Blake is a rich white kid, for anyone who hasn't guessed.
I'm not that rich. I'm upper middle class.
Right.
And what my sister said was, she got ready to go into this big long spiel about what all was better. And by the end of it, the only thing she could come up with was that everything runs faster, which could very easily just be the updated iOS system, and everything has a better resolution, which I will admit that that's probably the new iPhone.
Well, it has a new processor that I think they called Apple A6 or something like that. And the only thing I know about it is that it's lighter. It's like really lighter. And that's cool and all, but you know. But
is it more durable? Because I know, like, when you buy an iPhone, you're pretty much obligated to buy a case because they're.
it's a little bit more durable because of the back. It's not completely glass like last time. I don't know why they thought it looks pretty.
Its weakness was always being dropped on its corners.
However, it's not diamonds either, so.
Yeah.
And since it's lighter, there's not as much weight to, affect gravity enough to break it. So it's lighter.
Yeah, but I thought we had established a few hundred years
Speaking
ago
of
that
drop tests,
objects' weight doesn't affect how fast they fall.
Not how fast, how hard.
How hard.
speaking of drop tests,
Okay.
the iPhone 5 is apparently, quote, bulletproof compared to Samsung's flagship phone. Take that for what you will.
Do now, not.
You mean the Galaxy 3?
Yes, I believe. Yeah, the Galaxy S3 is more durable than that.
So a slander campaign. Anyway.
No, there's actually a video down
Oh.
below testing.
Oh, well, you should link that for our friendly viewers.
Oh, wait. Didn't Samsung sue Apple back recently?
I don't know what would they sue for?
They sued them for the iPhone 5 because they're using LTE. You know what that is, right? It's like basically it's like 4G LTE. Basically everything's going super fast. High speed data.
Alright. So here's another thing that I just happened to notice, because it's one of the main reasons why I don't really want an iPhone 5 quite yet. They have a new plug-in for it, which is cool and all, but everyone that's owned the previous iPhones all have the same kind of dock and stuff. And in my house, there's like 3 or 4 different docks and a whole bunch of different cords and all sorts of stuff that's meant to hook into the iPhone 4S and back dock. Now they put this new dock in, you either have to buy an adapter and hope it works, or buy a whole bunch of new stuff, which is kind of a pretty big
it's kind of
move.
Yeah, that's kind of bogus because that's expensive. I mean, if you buy an $800 phone, you're probably not all that willing to spend $50 on a decent dock.
Apparently, though, the iPhone 5's battery is lower than the Samsung Galaxy S3, and it's lower than the Nokia Luma 920.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting that phone. But
dude, I saw a video where that phone got hit with a hammer and was perfectly fine.
It's Nokia, man.
Like straight up, just hit with a hammer, hard as
bricks, yo, bricks.
That's ridiculous.
That's what I always loved about Nokia, man. They make very durable phones.
No touch screen should have to be that strong.
Never know.
Who hits their touch screen with a hammer?
Apparently that guy does.
And
I think I would if mine did.
And it's also cheaper than the iPhone 5. Now, that's some food for thought right there.
And then, but the iPhone always had a lower battery. It always did. I don't know what Apple's doing, but I think the iPhone 5 supposedly lasts longer, but that's not saying much. It doesn't last as long as other phones out there right now.
It's quite infuriating to someone like me, who whenever I have nothing to do, I'll try and play on my phone. I think the battery life might have actually gotten worse with the past few phones. Or not past few, the past 1 or 2. Because this phone just seems to die after no time, really.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, if I pull out my iPod and it's at 80% battery and I play a game and I look up and it's at 30, it's kind of iffy, you know. I get kind of mad. Because what it is the battery is actually around 30% when I start playing it, but it doesn't show it. And it annoys me because I think I'm at 80% and then I start playing and it shrinks so rapidly.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough about bitching about phones.
Time for the best part of this, the virtual reality helmets that might be coming soon.
I haven't heard Jack about those. Explain.
Oh man, I remember when they came out with virtual reality.
John Carmack.
Hang on. Before we start this, I just want to say, when I was smaller, my big brother did have this helmet you put on, and you held this baseball that had a cord attached to the helmet, and you saw this baseball field.
Are you talking about this plug and play games, man?
No. It was portable, and I think it was really, I don't know how we got it, but you put the helmet on, and you were holding this baseball bat that had a cord attached to the helmet, and you were in like first-person view of this little 8-bit pitcher throwing the baseball, and you would have to swing it at the right time.
All I gotta say about virtual reality is that as long as it doesn't become another Virtual Boy, we'd be good.
Well, it's set to launch 12/12/12, and it already has a couple games in its little arsenal to use. Yeah.
Alright, what like
Hawken, I believe Doom, one of those versions of that game.
I'd be interested in playing a virtual reality.
Now, see, you sent me a link, and the game looked a bit like Alien vs. Predator meets Dead Space. It was going through, and it seemed really entertaining.
It's Doom 3 BFG Edition. It's the first ready game for it.
Blake, have you never played Doom?
I actually haven't.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I know. I'm terrible.
We just got 10 dislikes from you, Blake.
You know how many times that game's been ported?
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. I actually meant to get it last weekend. I got sidetracked by something.
Anyway.
You can get it right now.
Apparently the source for this, software is easy to use, and integrations must be easy.
Okay. What company is making it?
I know what person, John Carmack.
Oh, okay.
I mean, are you talking about Oculus Rift?
Yes.
Okay, but anyways, back to what I was saying.
Pretty much just improved 3D.
Well, the guy had on this helmet, and he could look around and move his character's head, but he still had to use a controller with it. So it's not so much virtual reality as in a more immersive game.
It's more improved 3D game, pretty much.
Yeah. It's not quite the virtual reality yet.
It's getting there.
But
how much would you be willing to pay for something like that?
Well, let's
realistically.
See. Now, if it's something like the Kinect for the Xbox, I'd be willing to pay, like, depending on how well it worked and how many games were for it, upwards of $100 or like the mid 200 maybe. Based on how it worked.
You can't say almost 100 or 250. You gotta within $50. How much would you be willing to pay for this?
Well, I believe it's going to be cost around $275, somewhere around there, maybe $300.
That sounds like a decent price. If
I would never pay that much for this. If it's not full on augmented reality, which I can understand why it's not, because I would never expect them to come out with something like that from where we are now. That's a huge leap.
Not in our generation.
I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, you kind of do. They'd come out with something like what's coming out now before they came out with augmented reality.
But anyway, it's back to the price thing. Now, I think they should charge less unless they plan to release several games or the ability to easily convert a game to be able to use this feature. Yeah, because that's why my Kinect has become almost useless, because I got tired of it because there was nothing out to play on it when it first came out.
Oh. Anyway, this thing apparently is going to be coming out for the PC and I guess mobile phones, I guess.
Oh, it seems like it's going to be out for pretty much everything in a way. Comes with DVI/HDMI and USB inputs. So
what is this thing?
No, what it can connect to.
Oh, we're talking about the helmet thing, so alright.
Alright, is that all we have for today? Or
yes, that is it.
We can put it in for another video sometime.
Yes. Like, comment, enjoy.
One last thing. We have not decided
when. We're running out of time, 30 seconds.
Alright, we've not decided when we're going to do this, but we may post it like every Friday or something. Have a good day. Comment, like, subscribe. Bye.
Oh, and all the products mentioned we don't own.
Nope. This is a news show. See you guys.